Hello? Hello? All right. Welcome back to the Coaches Show, live from Walk-Ons. I'm Howard Hyndman.
And I'm Carson Ellis.
And today we'll talk about a little bit about the past 3 weeks since I haven't had a show since then. And then we'll preview our first round playoff matchup versus Hernando. Just start a little bit about Hernando. They're a run-heavy team. Kind of have two guys that kind of create all production on offense. Quarterback Asher Lawson and Cooper Langford, the running back who leads the team in receptions, carries, yards, receiving and rushing. So that's kind of what they do. And then they have Reed Sanders also out wide at receiver who creates some production, but really try and utilize that rushing attack, and they'll try and do that versus Oxford.
And looking at a record standpoint, Oxford's leading the series against Hernando all the time, 27-6. And last game they played was they played one playoff game, and Oxford won 41-26.
Oxford's on an 8-game win streak, so they're not looking to break it. The last Hernando win came around 2010, which they did kill Oxford in that game, but it's been a while. Half of the players on the team probably weren't born yet since the last Hernando win, but we're going to try and keep that the same. And these teams used to be in the same district, Region 2A, I think, for 7A. Oxford went 2-0 in those last two games, so that's last year and the year before that. But looking at Oxford a little bit, obviously been a little change in the offense and change in leadership with Knox taking over. He leads the team in passing already, and Van Frierson went down, and so DeMar Jamerson, another sophomore, leads the team in rushing now. And then as Knox took over, we kind of saw a change in who's getting the ball, who's catching the ball, where Kevin Smith kind of took over both sophomores. So Oxford's offensive stats is led by 3 sophomores.
Yeah, and then going on to Oxford's defense, there has been some trouble with injuries, but so far they're still staying on pretty well. Hunt Clark with 4.5 sacks on the year. Zaire Pegues with 6.5 tackles for loss and 47 tackles total. And Colin Flanagan with 4 interceptions. Defense has done great despite all the injuries.
And also shout out to Weldon Wilson, who has 104 tackles, which is pretty amazing so far through this year because he's seen limited reps and not the same amount of time as everybody else. But now I think we'll have 2 senior offensive linemen, Henry Rigsby and Elliott Cheney. Started off with the same question that we ask everybody, but what was our takeaways from Starkville and district play in general this year?
In general, I'd say district play has been a really good test for us. A lot of the teams we match up against have been pretty good competition. It showed scores have been tight, but I think being able to play these good teams prepared us for what's to come.
The Starkville game was big for me because we lost 4 times in a row to them, and we beat them this last time, senior year. We finally beat them, but we're in the best region in Mississippi, and we went undefeated, so it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, and then going off of that, there's no doubt that 7A Region 2 is the hardest region in Mississippi. Well, what does that mean to y'all?
I just feel like that means we can hang with anybody in the state. We playing good teams back to back, like the SEC, and we can just keep it rolling and playing good.
It means a lot to me because I feel like we've been kind of underestimated the past 2 years, playing kind of a lower level than we're used to, playing a bit easier teams. So it's been nice to show that we can compete with anybody and stay undefeated, same standard.
And you talk about how the team has done, obviously undefeated in district play and 9-1 on the year, but how's the season going for y'all personally?
I've just been blessed to play this year because I didn't think I'd be able to because of my knee in the spring. But it's been going pretty good for me, and just the winning is the best thing about it.
It's been great for me. It's been nice to get back on the field one last time with all my buddies from Buck Ball to the middle school, even the freshman year. So it's been nice being able to play with the same people and have the same results we've expected.
And despite the recent change in quarterback, how has that changed for y'all? Does that change any way?
They're both great football players, and yeah, they're just both great people and great leaders, and it's been amazing to see Knox grow the past couple of weeks.
I wouldn't say there's really much of a difference for me. You know, I'm there to block for whoever's behind me. So it's kind of nice just knowing I'm able to do that for everybody.
And obviously, with a changing quarterback, that involves challenges no matter how you shape it. Obviously, it doesn't change your job that much. But this team, like the quarterback room, has faced adversity all year long. And how do you think y'all have responded to it as a team and kind of as a player?
I think we responded great. We've just been winning every game, except Tupelo, and just keep guys stepping up, and like DeMar and George Noel on defense, just everybody stepping up in a big way.
Yeah, I feel like we've handled adversity really well. I mean, there's the hashtag I think everybody's seen about the cardiac kids, and I mean, I feel like that's a good way to describe the team. You know, a lot of fourth quarter wins, a lot of down at halftime moments, and I feel like we'll be able to bounce back and come back from all of them.
And with this being the playoffs, does y'all's mindset change any from it being a regular season game?
Yeah, it changes for me because this could be the last week I play football, and I just got to go crazy every day and, you know, give it my all every practice, every game.
I'd say a little bit, but not really in the most way. I feel like I'm going out there and lining up against whoever and just kicking whoever's tail, no matter who it is, regular season or playoffs.
And y'all talk about how this could be y'all's last week playing. You know, you never know because it's an elimination from now on. But you've seen this team 2 times before being seniors. And how does that kind of give you a leg up? Or how does that kind of give them a leg up, maybe?
I think we both know who each other are, and I think we both know the results from the past couple of years. So I feel like we'll have the upper hand coming into it, and I feel like they're going to be kind of scared because they know what could happen and what will happen.
Yeah, we went undefeated in the region 2 years in a row. I mean, they know who Oxford is, and I think that gives us a big advantage on them, and they'll be a little afraid.
And then what challenges does Hernando present to the team, or just the O-line in general?
I think number 0 on their defensive line is big and physical, and I think he could be a problem, but we got some good players, and we'll be able to stop him.
Yeah, I would say they're pretty all around on the defensive line. They have some pretty fast outside guys and they're pretty strong inside. So it's just going to be a test of might during the game, and I think we can get it done.
And with this kind of, what would you say that a goal that you would set for yourself in this game, or something you would challenge yourself with in this game? What would you say that is?
I feel like the biggest thing in this game is trying to make as little mistakes as possible. We've had a couple of times in the past couple of games where we've just slipped up, let something go behind us, and it's messed us up, and that's what's kind of getting us into these close games. So I feel like if we can play as perfect as possible, we can get it done easily.
I just don't want to give up any quarterback sacks, and as a team, I just think we need to play good 4 quarters of football so we can get ready for the second round.
And then looking at Coach Taylor, you know, he has the coaching style, you know, kind of old school. But what is y'all's relationship with him?
It's a love-hate relationship. It's hard sometimes, you know, he'll get mad, but you just really got to pay attention on what he says, and he's really a good coach, and he has my best interest, and yeah, I love him.
Yeah, like basically what he said is he gets a bit chippy at sometimes, but when you've been in the game for so long, you know what you're talking about. So I listen to what he says.
And with that coaching, does that kind of help you because of his experience? Does that make y'all better, would y'all say, and kind of toughens y'all up and gears y'all up for the playoffs?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, I would say so too. He attacks every game like it's the last, and yeah, he's did a great job.
And both of y'all are seniors. What do you think y'all's favorite memory from high school football is?
Probably with my buddy DeMar Frierson in the South Panola game. Ran that 50-yard touchdown. That was just a big moment for me to block for him, and I love that guy so much.
I'd either say the senior retreat this summer was really fun with all my guys, or I would say beating Germantown in the playoffs my sophomore year, where Jack Harper scored a touchdown in overtime.
And our last question here. But what would y'all say what would y'all want to leave this school? What would y'all's legacy be that you would want to leave this school with?
I'd like to leave a legacy of winning and something to continue off of. And so that starts with winning Friday night and then continues with winning all the way up until December 6th.
Yeah, definitely just a state championship. We've only done it once in our school's history, and I think that'd be a big deal if we could win it this year.
All right. Thank y'all. And now we'll have senior Zaire Piggies and senior Willie J. Here, y'all, is those questions over there? Are there questions over there? Man, any questions? Thanks, big bro. All right, and same question as Elliot and Henry got, but what takeaways did y'all have from Starkville and district play?
I mean, we went undefeated, and a lot of people didn't believe in us. So I say we proved a lot of people wrong. And I mean, if they keep believing in, we go to December state championship.
You know, we played in one of the best districts, and you know, we went undefeated in it. So it really tells you we can hang with any team. We can really take it all the way to December.
Zaire, you talked about people not believing in y'all. Well, what is that? Does that put a chip on y'all's shoulder, or does that make y'all play any harder than y'all usually do?
Yeah, I feel like we had to prove a lot of people wrong this season. So that's what we did. We're gonna keep going strong.
And then this defense has been destroyed by injuries this year. How have y'all dealt with that?
I'm just gonna say this. Coach Wilson, Coach Moore always said next man up. And, you know, we all look like talented roster all around. That's all I gotta say.
I say with the off season, I feel like it was real hard, and they built a lot of us, even the young bucks. So I feel like any role that had to be stepped into, I mean, it was already filled. So.
And how have those upperclassmen kind of filled those roles? And have y'all been proud of them, how they have stepped up and made those jumps?
Yeah. Linebackers, I feel like they got a lot of young guys with our linebackers being hurt some games. So I feel like them stepping up has been a big role to the team. And I mean, I'm just proud of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, we have, you know, Weldon, who leads the team in tackling. You know, you have Kevin, London, and Trey Maddox, and like coaches a whole lot on both sides of the ball.
And how have y'all personally been able to handle adversity throughout this season?
You know, you just stick together. You know, you like no team can really mess with us, as I feel like it. You know, you just keep fighting.
I would say I feel like it's been a shift during halftime. You know, we'll be down sometimes at halftime, and we'll still keep the energy up in the locker room when we go talk to the coaches and stuff. So I feel like that's been a big key to come back out and go ahead and get the win and shake people out.
And you talk about adversity for William, but last year you had a season-ending injury. What can you comment on that, and how hard was it to just to get back and get to the form where you are, where you're playing at the peak of your game once again?
You know, if you don't, as an athlete, you never want to hear you tore your ACL and then like you out your season. Because your season's supposed to be your season to turn up. But I mean, I feel I'm back to how I am now. It kind of like messes you up mentally, you know, a little bit. But I feel better and I'm ready to, you know, turn it up.
And then, question for Zaire. You lead this team in tackles for loss. What could you attribute to that? And who would you have to thank?
I mean, of course, I like to thank God to give me the ability to play football. But I say just staying strong and like I feel like I got more of a wild play style, so I feel like my style is to get in the backfield and make plays. That's what I like to do. So I feel like that's a big key of me getting it done.
And y'all talk about Coach Booth's next man up mentality, but what's y'all's relationship with Coach Booth on a personal level?
I mean, Coach Booth is somebody you can talk to on and off the field. My relationship with Coach Booth is like grown tremendously last year because like he always believed in me. Obviously, the athlete of the team, so that's my guy for real.
I say he my energy guy. I feel like when I make plays and he get excited, I feel like that just boosts me up even more. He also a mentor with what he does and like how he leads the team. So that's my relationship with him.
And y'all talk about mentality, but with the playoffs coming around, every game could be your last. Obviously, Henry and Elliott talked about it, kind of hit the nail on the head. But what does that do for y'all that every game could really be y'all's last in high school?
I mean, you really think about it, this is your last game. This will be your last game playing with the guys that you grew up with since first grade down to your senior year. So like, this should boost us. Like, you know, don't want this to be our last. Let's take it all the way to December 4th and 6th. Get it done.
I would say it gives me even more intense. You know, I don't want to go home. I feel like the city got faith in us, so I feel like just keeping that intensity, knowing that it could be your last game that's all you need.
And then what challenges does Hernando present to just the defense and the team in general?
I really didn't see too much of a challenge for real. I mean, we stopped the run game. I mean, the game should be a shutout. So I feel.
I mean, with them being a run team, I feel like the D-line, we're going to get it done. And I feel like after that, I mean, there's not too much they can do.
And you talk about the city and how it kind of comes back and the community's behind you. And it seems like everybody's behind this team because the last couple of years haven't been awesome for Oxford. It hadn't been something where you can take pride in it, but this year really has. And what does that mean to y'all that the whole city has really rallied around y'all and kind of accepted y'all into this culture?
I would say it meant a lot with it being my senior year. I mean, I used to sit on the sideline some games, so I feel like, and I observe the atmosphere, and I feel like I want to thank the student section for just doing what they do. They give me hype. I feel like the city does its thing, so I feel like that's a big challenge to us why we play it so good.
Yeah, what Zaire said, I just think our student section, I thank the city for being like behind us and actually supporting us this year and not giving up on us.
And I'm going to ask you all the same question, but what's y'all's favorite memory from your 4 years for playing with Oxford?
I don't want to be like, you know, like everybody else would say the Germantown game, our sophomore year game. I'm going to say Collierville game, we won in overtime with.
I had to say the Collierville game too. I feel like we played real hard that game, and I feel like coming out the game with an overtime win was great for the first game of the season.
And Collierville kind of was a game that started it all off, but really the year starts in the spring or the summer. And obviously that preparation, Coach Cutt talks about how habits and how every week is really the same. But what's the preparation been like this week? Has it been a little more, a little less because of playoffs? Or is there intensity increasing or anything like that?
I mean, I feel like ain't too much has changed. I'd say it's more intense because, you know, we're fighting for it not to be our last game. But that's about it. I feel like the same intensity throughout the season has been the same.
Like Zaire said, I don't feel like nothing has changed. I mean, I feel like the energy of practice been like real high this whole week and stuff. Like I don't think they're like treating like we're playing 2 points like that. So.
And last question for y'all here before we bring everybody back on for Pick'em. But what's the legacy you want to leave as an Oxford Charger?
I would say, just getting a state championship for the school before I leave. I feel like that's my main goal. I don't have no more self goals for myself. I feel like, I gotta play as a team. We have to play as a team to go all the way. So I feel like the state championship is just that overall goal that we all need.
Yeah, get the state, bring another one home. You only have one right now, so get 2.
All right. Thank y'all. All right. Now we're going to have everybody get up here. And we're going to ask a couple more questions, and we're going to do some Pick'em. Give it. Mike, turn. Yeah. Here, get on this one. And then Carson, get in, and Elliot, get in. Cool. All right, first question we got pregame rituals for everybody. We're gonna start with Henry and go down.
I'll read my Bible verse a little bit. I'll listen to a little Jason Aldean, and I'll just hang out with the guys, have a good time and get locked in.
I ain't got too many. I just listen to music and jam out till it's time to play some.
I just go pray and listen to music and lock in.
I wear the same clothes every game.
Hey, do y'all have a favorite jersey combo? Because, Oxford arguably has the best uniforms in high school football, honestly.
I like the white, the baby blue, and the white.
All white. White, blue, white.
Blue, black.
I gotta say, I'm just chiming in. My favorite's probably the navy, and then the powder blue, and then the navy. I really like that one. Now we got some games to pick. But our first game is South State, which kind of the overwhelming favorite in South State. Ocean Springs versus a sputtering Brandon squad. But who do y'all got?
Ocean Springs.
Ocean Springs.
We take Ocean Springs.
Ocean Springs.
Yeah, Brandon has always been good, but I'm taking Ocean Springs in this one. The next game is Madison Central and Horn Lake.
I think Madison Central should come out with the win.
Take Madison.
Madison.
I mean, this game kind of decides who we're playing if we beat Hernando, and I think it's going to be MC. And I think they're about to come into Oxford.
Yeah, MC.
And then we got a weird 4 versus 1 game, state championship, or North half a couple years ago, but Starkville at Tupelo.
I got Tupelo.
I got Starkville.
I got Tupelo.
I'm taking Starkville.
I feel like Tupelo's going to win this.
I'm going to take Starkville in this one. And the next game, another game from South Half, but Northwest Rankin and Gulfport. I'm going to take Gulfport in this one.
I'm going to take Northwest Rankin.
I got Gulfport.
I'm going to go Northwest Rankin.
Yeah, Northwest Rankin.
And then we got DC at Germantown, which also could have some implications for Oxford in the future in North Ave. And I got Germantown just giving Bell.
Yeah, Germantown.
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 Yeah, I think Germantown will run it up.
I'm also taking Germantown. And then Hernando and Oxford, we're going to do score predictions. What do you think the final score will be?
Yeah, it should be. I don't have an exact score, but I don't think it'll be very close.
57.
I just know it's gonna be a blowout.
35-0 Oxford.
and we all know Oxford's going to win. But I mean, so everybody better come pack it out tomorrow or Friday, and then come pack it out again for MC or Horn Lake, then come pack it out again wherever we are playing North Half, and then go pack Davis Wade. Thank y'all for coming.